I'm Carrington Valentine.
I'm Sincere Phillips.
And we're the co-owners of Breaking Point Homewood.
And you're watching a Draco Mace interview.
So, for starters, how did you guys meet?
Oh man, I low-key don't remember. So I know we were in the same class, like health class, I think, like freshman year of high school, but we didn't talk. It was just like, hated is a strong word, but yeah, because I was loud. He was so quiet. So it was just like we were just conflicting, but we didn't talk, so there was never like any animosity or anything. But then like sophomore year, I think
It's like gym
or something, we clicked, and then she started spending the night at my house all the time, and we were just chilling. And then 2-3 years later, almost, we have a business together. So it kind of just happened. Time flew. Cause I feel like my memory, a block of my memory is gone because of like quarantine. Like anything could happen between that time, and I cannot remember.
So, you guys mentioned when you were like
14, 15, something like that.
15. Never thought this.
No, at all.
We didn't even, it was before its conception.
How
Yeah.
did you get to this point? How did you get this idea for
It was,
Smash Room?
Yeah, it was my mom. So my mom was basically, she had been working in corporate for the past 30 years. So she just decided, she was like, I'm done. I want to work for myself. I want to make my own hours. I want to make my own money. I want to do something I'm passionate about. So she sat us down and she was like, hey, this is the idea I have. This is what I want to do. And we were with it immediately because we were like, we had never been to a rage room or anything like that, but we've heard of them, of course, and like we've seen them on TV or like on programs before or anything like that. And we were like, that's something that we could help the community with, bring something to Homewood, because the nearest one is like all the way in the city, and they don't allow kids. So, because it's like a bar slash. So we were like, let's do something for the community, get people out the streets, especially it's about to be cold soon. So let's give people a place where they can come in, have fun, go home feeling much better. And like, even with people, like when they come in the door, you can tell that their energy is off. And then as soon as they leave the room, you can tell that they've like released something or that they feel much better afterwards.
I'd say even for the people today, like even if they don't have anything that they're specifically like going through, it's just like when they first walk in, it's definitely never the same way they walk out. Well, obviously it's like a 99.9 hand sanitizer kind of thing, whereas like it's always going to be different from when they walk in to when they walk out, because when you walk in, it's just like you don't really know what you're getting into, but obviously like you signed up, you know what you want to do, you're looking for something. And I think it's just always like, it's just cool to see that everyone always, like, they don't regret it, and they go in and they come back out feeling much better.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to bring the whole team and act like everything's normal.
Right.
Just sharing thoughts with you.
No, you hear like people crying and stuff, like the emotional release you have when you like, right after you like let out a lot, you hear people crying, you hear screams, you'll see like people hugging and stuff like that. So you see all type of different stuff, but it feels really good to be able to help people and be here for the community and just be here for somebody who just needs to get it out immediately. And it gives them a safer space to do it rather than doing it at home or taking their anger out on other people. They can come here, get that anger out on inanimate objects that they don't have to, like, that they didn't pay for or anything like that, and then it's smooth.
Were you skeptical about making this business? Like, what was your thought process when the idea was presented to you?
Well, we were super excited, like all the way up until like opening day, pretty much. Like we were like completely like all in. Like we were so excited. Like we were in here, we were like pulling up carpets, we were doing a lot of stuff ourselves, just trying to like figure out how to be as financially smart as we can and like time efficient. We had a date that we wanted to open July 2nd, which we were able to meet. And then July 2nd came around, and no one came the first day because like everyone was like, oh, I'm so excited, like, oh, I can't wait, like blah blah blah. And then like we all sat in our office because we weren't still just like reservation only, so we were just like walk-ins. We were letting for walk-ins, so we just sat there the whole day and no one showed up
from like 2 to 8.
Yeah, and we were like, dang. And like we mess up, and it was just, so I think that was like the last day that we were skeptical about it, because then after that it's just been like exponential growth, just like constantly going up and up and up. Yeah, it's been great.
So I think that was like a Tuesday. I think we opened like on a Tuesday, and then that Friday we had like 5 appointments, and then that Saturday we had like 6 appointments. So like any of the like the withdrawals we were having, or the like the fear we had just went away after that, because we were like, this is our first weekend being open and this is the turnout. And like even now we have like a bunch of people, we have recurring visitors, all type of stuff, but we haven't even been open for like a year yet. And a lot of businesses, you don't see progress until a year and a half and whatnot. So the fact that we've already progressed this far since July 2nd is really exciting. And we're so excited to see like where it goes after this, what we can do with it. We're trying to expand. We're trying to like get a bigger spot. And we're trying to do a lot of things with it. So we're just happy to see where it goes.
Happy to see y'all doing y'all thing. Black,
Absolutely. Black owned, black woman owned, double minority.
Well, so your mom is like the front runner.
Yeah. So like we're basically the people who like we work here. We like pick stuff up. We like pull up the carpets. Like we said, we did our manual labor. And like recently, she's taken a step back. So we've been like doing some of the financial stuff, getting really into it, and like learning how to do more.
Seeing all the appointments.
Yeah, and like learning how to do more as we continue.
At first, I thought this was like all just y'all. Sales for real in high school.
So yeah, but it's like one of those things where like she started it, but she made it for us, so we'd have something to like bounce off of and start off with. And you know, like the end goal is always like buying properties and doing this and doing that, and like just having
Always
passive income and always doing more.
So before opening day, like what is how'd you guys get all this stuff for the business to go?
So it's like if like with stuff, if you're talking about like the lights we needed and like carpet being pulled up and putting stuff down and all that, it took us a really long time to get from like what was it? We started working maybe early August, and then we got open in July. So it took us about 2 months to get everything together. So we were shopping all the time, going to Menards, going to like all over the place, trying to find carpet and all type of stuff, trying to find bats and trying to find like stuff to start the rooms with, trying to find lights that we could put up. Like we were looking on Amazon, everywhere just for stuff. So it was like a bunch of different places that all just came together, and we were like, and after it came like to fruition, after we finished it, we like took a step back and you can look at it. You can look at like the before and after and see like, wow, we did so much to this place. We changed it so drastically that like if you were here before we did it, you wouldn't expect it to look like this.
Pretty sure you meant April, whatever.
April?
You said August.
April, May, June, July. August.
It was April, man.
Oh, April.
Because I see him looking around here. That's not right.
Yeah, April.
Earlier you mentioned like people donate TV and stuff. How do you reach out to people to donate old electronics and stuff?
Like we were kind of talking about before the recording, obviously. Like our mom, she just puts stuff out pretty much everywhere, like especially on Facebook, like Facebook Marketplace, moms and dads of Homewood, like all types of different like communities, just like where there's people that have stuff, because everyone has stuff, like especially with Black Friday and Cyber Monday, those two things. Like everyone's just like, oh, let's get a new TV, and then they have an old one that's just like they're either throwing away because it was broken in the first place, so they just don't use it or anything like that. And when you leave stuff like that outside, like with your trash cans, they don't take stuff like that. So if there's anywhere that you need to take your stuff, we'll always take it, because it's just repurposing it, and we definitely need it. And you obviously don't if it's sitting on the in the front of your house.
Like I think even a couple times like we've driven around looking for stuff. Like we've almost like accidentally taken, like there's people who like let us know that there's stuff on their porch, but then there's like times where we're like, we don't want to take this because it looks special, it looks like memorable to you guys. So like sometimes we'll leave stuff, or like it's really up to our discretion what we take, what we don't. And like the only thing we don't accept is like the big TVs with the big backs, because I think there's like some fluid in there, and we're just like, yeah, no, let's like stay away from that. Yeah, so we're just like, stay away from that. So heavy. So yeah, just stay away from that. And like anything else, we've had flat screens, we've had PCs, we've had so many monitors, so many printers, so many keyboards, like mice, even like people donate mice, like they donate whole computer sets, and like just all type of stuff really, because like Karen just said, they don't need it anymore. They just give it to us, and they're like, you can use this. And I think, like I said, a large thing that people look at is that we're Black owned. A lot of people love that there's finally like a Black owned business they can help out, and like it's been really great for the community. It's been really great for us too, for the community and us to just come together, because like we've lived here for the past like 5 years, and And like now you see people you've never even seen before, like because they come in and like they're donating or they're here to break and just like feel better. So you know, people are really helpful when it comes to like donating and like letting us know where stuff is. Thrift stores are great for it because they have a lot of like little things like glasses and cups and stuff like that, and even like the little porcelain dolls. So there's all type of stuff that we can get from there, or like just people donating.
You've already explained your progress this year, but what's your end goal for next year? 2022?
Expand.
Yeah, expansion. So right now we are in like a 2-room basis or a 2-room spot. We're trying to get to like a space where we can like get a warehouse and like that, and just separate it with like maybe like a little bit of walls, just separate them a little bit so that we can have like 4 or 5 rooms at a time. And like something like this, like I said, it's not hard to manage. So we can like have 1 room, 2 rooms, 3 rooms, 4 rooms, whatever. And like we don't have to do much with it. We just have people sign the papers, they go in, break, we put more stuff in there. So it's not like we have to like monitor them all the time. And like we do anyway, just to make sure people are safe. Like we have Ring cameras and everything in the rooms. But we're just making sure that like, or the main goal is just to expand, keep expanding, keep getting bigger. And like, because there's so many places that don't have like any type of rage rooms, like different states even. So if we can franchise out and like be bigger and bigger, that's the plan.
This room's from just now?
No, this is from weeks and weeks. One second. Where my key at?
I'm gonna say I have the mic, so I won't move.
There you go. Hello.
I just had a question. Wondering if you guys would want a big ass flat screen projection screen that's like that fat.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, we'll bring it by.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Just like that. Say it straight like that.
So, as I see, y'all have some clout around here.
Oh yeah, so it was super unexpected. But yeah, like I said, people just come by, donate when they see we're open. Especially, people will text us on Facebook Messenger or even like Instagram, or like let us know in our email. Or we even have like a company phone that they call and just like, hey, if you guys want this, blah blah blah, and absolutely we'll take everything. So even if you guys have anything when you post it, just let us know. We'll take it.
You see the address right there? 1860 Dixie Highway.
So you make this business during one of the hardest times on earth during a pandemic. Has the pandemic affected the business in any way?
I think it's affected it like ironically positively, because like the pandemic is keeping everyone inside, and obviously we were on lockdown before, and like that's obviously not when we were open, but like it was right after everyone was finally being able to like not be stuck in their house all the time trying to find stuff to do. But like even now, like most like places in downtown Homewood are still like chained, like there's places to eat that still have like their chairs up and stuff, and like there's always still like COVID restrictions, which like lower the amount of like parties that you can bring in. But like with us, since we have the capacity of 1 or 2 people anyway, it's just like it kind of just like everything worked out perfectly rather, because it's just like a stress reliever from all of the time to spend inside, something to do inside, so you're not like, because there's not a lot of outdoor events as well, so it's just like, and everything just kind of fell into place with this like perfect idea that we had at almost the perfect time that could help people in such a terrible time, like you said.
Yeah, so I think like Kendra said, I think it affected it like completely positively, because with a place like this being forced stress in a situation and with the pandemic that was creating so much stress, people losing family members, people like having to drastically change their lives, people losing their jobs, and all type of things that like hurt people or like made their lives more difficult. Having this like pop up like as soon as like vaccines were coming out and people were finally able to go do more things, and it being COVID safe, because like I said, we disinfect everything all the time. We make sure people have the proper safety equipment and all that. And then you go into the room with you or the other person who you've already been with, or you go into the room by yourself. So you just have that ability to just do you and like have that moment to yourself, or people come here to get away from their kids and whatnot. And like, so the stress that they have due to the pandemic can be, if it can be even lessened a little bit, we helped. And that's like the main goal.
Awesome. But are y'all in college right now?
So when we graduated, we had like a real conversation, and we were like, right now, at the very least, school isn't the main thing that we wanted to do. And with this opportunity being presented to us, we were like, that's something we'd love to do. That's something that we could find genuine happiness in, rather than just like forcing ourselves to go to school. And it was something, right? And it was something that we could like give our whole like our entire like selves into, so that we could focus on it, we could grind it out, and like we could make it so that this is something that we cultivate, rather than like having it be like a side thing or something like that.
How did you get the name Breaking Point?
I don't know actually.
I do not remember.
So you gotta ask the mastermind.
Because I think it was just like we were trying to think of like funny or like catchy things that would go with a rage room, and it was just like breaking things. People get to their breaking point when they're like mad and they need to release. Breaking point.
So we had a testimonial. It was these two girls. They were friends, and they like during the testimonial, like how I was saying, you could pretty much just say whatever. All they said was like a little like slogan almost. It was like, "Come to breaking point if you're at your breaking point."
Yeah, something like that.
And that was like literally it.
Use that. So thank you for your time, guys. Before we go, where do people find the business at?
So you guys can find us, like we said, on Instagram, Facebook. Everything is Breaking Point Homewood. Our website is breakingpointhomewood.com. And our address is 18668 Dixie Highway.
Thank you for watching. This has been a Draco Maze interview.